Hi everyone. I thought I would check in and let you know where I'm at with my arachnoiditis and see where you are at and maybe some of the things that you have tried. In my last video, I showed you some of the stretches that I do to try to help my lower back pain when it gets to be just too much that nothing else will work. And over the last few months, basically since December, I decided to try to get myself off of the gabapentin after my doctor had put me on Lyrica along with the gabapentin, and even the pharmacist said no, should not have happened, but it did. And taking the Lyrica was really eye-opening for me along with the gabapentin. It made my brain so numb that I couldn't focus, I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't think straight, I couldn't make decisions, I couldn't remember anything. And so being on that made me think that I probably needed to get off of both of them, if that's what it does, because it really numbs your mind to make your nerves think that they don't hurt. So it's really not numbing the nerve pain, it's numbing the brain, signaling that you have nerve pain. And so I decided that I just did not think that the side effects were worth any benefit that I was getting, if any. And so as I started trying to get off of the Lyrica and the gabapentin, I had so many side effects. I had to taper down, of course, because Lyrica in some states is considered a controlled substance, but in Kansas it is not. And gabapentin is very similar to Lyrica, but it's not considered a controlled substance here. And so I had to start tapering down, and everything I read said that, you know, you should feel better in a couple of weeks. Well, no, I was really sick for probably a minimum of 6 weeks, maybe 7. And I ended up losing 18 pounds over that time frame, which I had gained too much weight because of all of my pain and my inability to really do much. So I wasn't real upset about losing the 18 pounds. However, I was upset with the fact that I was so sick to my stomach and so dizzy, so nauseous that I couldn't eat. And so I feel so much clearer. I feel so much better since I've gotten off of that medication. And so I thought today we might talk about some non-pharmacology ways to deal with the pain that we experience, because now I am only on Tylenol arthritis when I need it. I was taking it 3 times a day, 2 650 milligram tablets. I have cut down to maybe once a day or not at all. And I was taking diclofenac, which is an anti-inflammatory that's supposed to be safer for you than ibuprofen, but I felt like I was starting to get a stomach ulcer from it. I was having horrible burning whether I ate or I didn't eat. My stomach hurt, and when I cut back on that, my stomach started feeling better. So I am down to 1 or 2 anti-inflammatories a day only, and maybe a Tylenol arthritis if it gets real bad. But I'm trying to limit what I'm taking, and I honestly feel so much better mentally, and I'm working on feeling better physically. I did not notice a big change in my pain level getting off the gabapentin. Ever since I had the nerve testing, I have had those electrical sensations in my upper body, more on the right side than on the left. And I never had it in my upper body before the nerve testing. So I honestly don't think that nerve testing did me any good. It might have told the doctor what he needed to know, but I already knew what was going on with how I felt on that, and it honestly just made it worse. And so I have a lot of electrical sensations on the right side of my body worse than the left. I have a lot more numbness on the left side of my body than my right. My left 3 toes and the bottom of ball of my foot are numb. A lot of times I wake up in the middle of the night and 3 fingers on my left hand up my arm is all numb. I have a lot more pain when I'm trying to sleep or I can't get comfortable. I can't, and I couldn't when I was on the gabapentin either. I have never been able to get comfortable since I got diagnosed with the arachnoiditis at night. I can't get comfortable in any position. I can't sleep for any length of time. I wake up constantly. I have to be moving, it seems like, for the pain to be better. If I sit for very long, I start hurting. If I stand for very long, I start hurting. Bending is bad. Bending will just make everything stiffen up so much I feel like I can't stand back up straight. My vision just gets worse and worse as the day goes on as I'm sitting. And I have an office job. I'm still working. I'm not on disability. I'm still working, and sitting at my desk is horrible. Some days I'm to the left, I'm to the right, I'm forward, I'm backward, I'm up, I'm down, I'm all over the place because I'm just trying to not hurt. And sometimes I'll get down on the floor and I'll do my exercises because I'm working from home some of the days, and that helps me a lot. Or I'll get up and just walk a circle in the kitchen, and that helps me a lot. It helps me as much or more than anything I've tried, just getting up and moving in different times during the day when I start to hurt. Just get up and move around, and it helps it a lot. I also have refound my heating pad. My heating pad has been a lifesaver. Some days I've had pinching in my hips, I've had lower back pain. I pull out the heating pad and it has made a huge difference. I was using ice before that, and there was times it really did help my lower back using the ice, but I have found that the heating pad has been helping me a lot. So I've gone back to using non-pharmacological ways of trying to deal with my pain. And I know this may not be for everybody, but it has really worked for me, and I feel so much better. I feel almost human again. I feel like there's hope again. I feel like I can get out and try to walk this summer, lose more weight. I feel like I'm not doomed. And I was really feeling doomed when I first got this diagnosis, and I was having so many medicines being thrown at me to try to counteract what was happening. And now that I'm off of almost everything, I feel mentally like I can deal with this again. Like maybe I can get through this, and there's hope for me. So I hope this is encouraging for you. I hope that you are not in a dark place where I was at, where you were feeling like you're doomed and that there's no hope for you. I feel like if the positive attitude makes a big difference, and the idea that you are going to tackle this and you're not going to let it get the better of you makes a big difference. So let me know where you're at and how you're doing. I would love to know. And let's continue to share our stories and get the awareness out there about arachnoiditis. Mine came from a botched epidural, the only one I've ever had in my life, and he punctured my dura mater and gave me a spinal fluid leak that made me very, very ill. And I had an MRI prior to the procedure and an MRI 2 weeks after the procedure, and I had arachnoiditis. I had major nerve clumping. And so I've been to 2 different neurologists. They both have said that I have major nerve clumping. They both have tried to put in a back stimulator into my back, and I have declined. I am a licensed nursing home administrator. I'm also a functional assessor for the Department on Aging, and I talk to people every single day that have had multiple back surgeries, have had these back stimulators, and have not done well. In fact, most of them have said, I got worse. I wish I'd never had it done. So I, at this point, am just going to take my chances, trying to take care of myself and not let them do any more invasive procedures on me, because I really wish I could go back in time and not have that epidural. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening to my story. I really do appreciate it.